Yo, excuse me. Do you guys have an internship for the summer?
Yeah, I do.
Where are you working?
I'm working at Oaktree.
Oaktree?
Yeah.
Okay. By chance, I go on interviewing the top students by their top internships, and if you want to have a minute to share your advice for Oaktree, or any students who want to break into finance, let us see if you're down to do a 1 minute interview with me. Where you to school? What's your major? And where are you working this summer?
So I go to school at UC Riverside. I study actually a pretty unique major, actuarial science, and I'll be working at Oaktree Capital Management this summer.
So thousands of students apply to finance internships every single year. What is the one thing that most students often overlook that gets them rejected when applying?
I know some people say that it's kind of overrated, but I still believe heavily in networking. I think I wouldn't have gotten...
Now, most students who are recruiting for finance emphasize networking, like you said. What is the biggest mistake you see with students when networking into finance?
Being memorable. You got to do something or have something about you that stands out that makes you memorable, right? So when you go to a career fair and you're talking to these recruiters, there's going to be dozens of students there. What you got to do is you got to have something unique or some unique conversation with these recruiters that makes you stand out. For me, one of the things I always love talking about with professionals and recruiters is my love for the outdoors and scuba diving and backpacking, which surprisingly you'll find that there's also a lot of people in finance that love these activities as well.
Now, how did you make yourself actually memorable when talking to professionals and make your conversations just not boring?
I think everyone has memorable qualities to them. Everyone does some cool, unique stuff that no one else does. It's just that most people aren't willing to talk about those things, right? When you're at these events, everyone tries to blend in, be like everyone else, be like this ideal candidate rather than being yourself.
So what is the one resource that non-target, target, or even soft target students just fail to take advantage of?
Secondly is just practicing. People like to, in their head, know what they want to say and know what they're going to do when they meet with a recruiter on an interview, but they're actually not practiced. So then when they actually end up in that situation, they end up stuttering, they end up messing up, they end up forgetting. So I think it's also worthwhile and practice those skills. So that way, when you're actually interviewing and meeting with recruiters for firms that you really want to go to.
So one of the biggest things that I see with students is that most people often make a great ending to their messages. So what is the best way to follow up with a professional after you coffee chatted them?
Following up through some way, something like unique you guys talked about, right? And I think this goes back to what I was talking about earlier. Whether it's some like unique conversation that you guys had during the thing, or maybe it's some really cool or unique piece of advice that they gave you in the coffee chat, you want to reach back out, actually like citing that. There's two things that does. One, it makes you stand out in the sense that conversation that's worth talking about. And two, it makes you stand out because there's like something unique and memorable for them to be like, oh, I remember talking to this kid. Like